Hello everybody, I'm your friendly neighborhood Let's Player SpiderMwa, and welcome you back to Let's Play Blind Trilby's Notes. As we left off, we are still in ye old-timey placey of ship. And last time I didn't figure out what to do. But I should have figured it out by myself, but being myself, I'm stupid. I'm dumb and all that. Since I cannot speak their language, I should have used body language. So, point at man. What are you trying to tell me? I don't understand. Point at hammer. Point at chisel. Alright there, laddie. Oh, I see. You want something to carve with. Here.
The sailor handed Mabuta a sharp, almost brand-new worksman's chisel.
Just bring it back when you're finished with it, and done. It's kind of amazing that he's actually speaking English to Mabuta, who doesn't understand English, like he would understand that he should bring it back, but because we have subtitles, we understand what he's saying. How about you climb down, then? Get wood. The wood from the...
The wood from the grate seemed ideal to Mabuta's intentions. He decided to leave it here until it was ready to carve the idol.
Okay, let's use chisel on wood.
With the chisel and the wood of the crate, Mabuta could finally create his offering. After several hours, Mabuta was very pleased with the result, a fine rendition of his kingdom's god of fertility and good fortune.
Well, apparently that god is gonna turn into evil and demonic possession.
All that remained now was to return the chisel. Certainly, it was the finest idol Mabuta had ever carved, a fitting offering of thanks.
Maybe we should take it with us?
Mabuta decided the idol was fine where it was. There was no need to move it.
Are you really sure that's a good idea? I wouldn't say it's a good idea. What's making that loud noise? I do not know. It hurts! Defoe, are you here? I can't type or anything. Yeah, better run. The vision faded, and I felt myself being hurled forcefully back into the present day. Yeah, forcefully, alright. That tall, thin creature, that black-clad ghoul. What was its insignificance to my predicament? Why did it appear again and again throughout history to spread death and horror? There was no connection to the idol's shape or Mabuta's tribal deities. The tall man was no fertility god. It must have been connected to the wood of that crate somehow. There had been a name on that crate. Mabuta hadn't been able to read it, but I, looking through his eyes, had. O'Malley Shipping. Could the owner have been an ancestor of Chauvin? It was a flimsy possibility, but at that point, my only lead. I resolved to discuss this with Chauvin at the earliest opportunity. The plot is thickening, or hey, there's a piece of paper. I wasn't close enough. How about this then? I recognize it as being from the same source as the one under the painting in the lobby. The victim 4, the slave. The fourth man who desired judgment was the slave, who had not been brought Freehorn's message, and who tormented the wood that was the prince's soul with a sharpened blade. The prince came to him, and he struck the slave down, and he knew the name of the king. So O'Malley is the king, the thin, tall man is the prince, and Mabuta is the slave, of course. And the prince said, "Not one of your household shall I leave alive, slave, for thrice now have I brought my warning. And any who still fail to heed shall be named as a fool, and judged by and judged the most unworthy in our sight. I have no idea what this means. I kind of do, but it's confusing that he would actually... So Chehal must be a descendant of Mabuta. Definitely, because we have now seen Mabuta die. He has given the third warning, and no descendant will be left alive, so we know that in the future Chehal will die, most gruesomely. Now I just gotta see how Chehal dies here. Finally, I've... Oh, it's you, Terry. I thought you might have been the serving staff at last. Well, I don't think the serving staff is even here. This place looks very empty for a hotel. Abed was sitting at one of the dining tables, his expression patient, but somewhat confused. I didn't understand what Ahab. Talk to Chehal. I needed to be more specific than talk to Abed about something. Yeah. I know how to read. Abed. Quite a tongue twister name already. Something like that. Talk to Chehal about Chauvin. Where's Chauvin? She said she was going to get a drink. I keep telling her it's not right for a girl her age to drink so much. But what do I know about young people today? Well, what do you know? Talk to Chehal about Idol. The Idol, where is it, Professor? I'm sure I've already told you. As far as I know, it's in the safe in the hotel office. I bit my tongue before letting slip to the professor that the safe was empty. There was no way I could have explained my knowing that except by admitting I had cracked it open. Talk to Chehal about... Slave? Mabuta. Was it spelled with the, God damn these, yeah, forget it. O'Malley. Oh, that's just her. What was the name of the ship? Sea something. Ship. Do you know anything about Chauvin's family tree, Abed? Specifically, whether or not they ran a shipping company in the late 18th century. What on earth makes you think I would know that? I really don't know. I just thought I'd ask. Why don't you ask Sherman? Instead of wasting my time and yours with questions she could easily answer herself. No need to get all testy about it. I was just asking. Ask about staff. That was hardly a relevant discussion point. Well, it's relevant to me. There's nobody in here. We need service after all. Where was the bar? I don't remember where the... this is the bar, right? Yeah, this is the bar. Yeah. Mr. Trilby, have you seen any of the hotel staff anywhere? I'm afraid not. Perhaps they go to bed early in these parts. Oh yeah, she's supposed to have a Irish accent. Sorry. Because she is Irish after all. Okay. Talk to... Sorry. How are you, Chauvin? Quite alright. And how are you? I could be better. How is the professor? It is fine, but I can tell he's getting frustrated. He gets cranky if he gets hungry for too long. Well, he seems to be very cranky out there. Let's... How about if she knows anything about the idol? I didn't think that would be a relevant discussion. Do you know anything about the history of your family? I wouldn't be much of a history student if I didn't, now would I? I'm researching my family tree as part of my diploma. And that's ideal. I appreciate this may sound like an odd question. Trust me when I say it's important. Did your family run a shipping company in the late 18th century? That is an odd question. But I do remember reading something about O'Malley shipping. I'd have to check my notes. I left them in my book bag. Could you meet me in my room in about 5 minutes? I'm in 2A, next to Abbott. Certainly. I'll see you there then. Fiddly tea, top of the morning to ya. Yeah, that's my Irish accent. Very stereotypical, like I've already said many times. So in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna be here for a while. Let's just go. I'm sure she's there already. Dead. Or this happens. All I can hear is dive. It's somewhere in there. Everything else is just gibberish. It's just... It's supposed to be words, but they... Or at least they're supposed to sound like words, but... They are not words. On the second floor, please. 2, please. Actually, if I'm going to reference space tax. So for a second there, we were John DeVoe. Yeah. Doors open. Or should it be doors open? Yeah, do that on camera. It doesn't look stupid or anything. Come in, please, Terry. You have the papers. Must you always get right to the business? Come and sit down. Let's talk. Sure, let's talk. How are you feeling? We were a little worried about you. I have these memories of illness. What do you want to talk about? Defoe Manor. Oh. It kinda interests me. I was really into media coverage of the incident at the time. This client of yours, the one who wants the figurine, what does he know about it? Well, he has an interest in the occult, and there's some nonsense story going around about it. It's something about the idol being a vessel for an evil ghost. I wasn't really paying attention. Really? I don't remember hearing about it in any of the reports. No, you wouldn't have. It wasn't widely... Have you heard of the story that Trilby was in the house? I could feel cold sweat drooling down my spine. Every fiber of my being was concentrating into not giving any outward signs of alarm, as Chauvin spoke of my secret name with wide-eyed enthusiasm. No one believes it, but Simone Taylor insisted it was true right up until, well, you know. She says he saved her from the house. I think that's a little far-fetched. That's exactly what Abbott said. He says a ghost is one thing, but throwing Trilby into it just makes it seem silly. Truth be told, I don't think Abbott believes in Trilby any more than he does ghosts. He's so grounded in reality. A sensible attitude. Have you always been an antique dealer? Chauvin, please. I came here to talk about... let me put that another way. Have you ever been an antique dealer? I knew it. The outfit, the hat, Terry Railby. You are him. You were in Defoe Manor. And now you come here to finish off the ghost. Chauvin, I always knew there was something else in this world. That there was something better, more glamorous just below the surface. I'm turning Indian. Will you take me with you? And listen to me. There is nothing glamorous about what I do. I live in shadows that threaten to consume me every single day. And if you pursue this any further, you're going to walk straight into one. What are you talking about? There is something extremely dangerous in the hotel. I don't know what it is, but... Oh God, no! Really? I was a little too concerned about my predicament not to do that. Talk to man. The demon seemed beyond reason. Kick demon. Oh. Sorry, Chauvin. I told you. Chauvin was out cold but uninjured. She would probably be safe on her bed while I continued my investigation. Holy crap, that was intense. Okay, let's open the bag. Under the circumstances, Chauvin probably wouldn't mind. There were a few textbooks, a half-empty water bottle, and a large folder marked O'Malley Family History. This, I decided, was my quarry. I flipped through the pages until I reached the information relevant to the 18th century, and read my discoveries out loud. The Liverpool-based O'Malley Shipping Company ran for 3 generations of the family in the mid to late 18th century until loss of one of their clippers drove the company to bankruptcy. The owner at the time, J.P. O'Malley, placed the blame somewhat irrationally on a shipping crate which family legend alleged to be haunted, and then had been on the ship at the time. There are numerous tales of bizarre events surrounding the crate, and the story of the crate's origin is no less mysterious. It goes that a strange young man came to a carpenter's at the Liverpool dockyards with a very expensive-looking harpsichord, which he insisted would be smashed up and the wood used for whatever purpose the carpenter desired. He refused to leave until the instrument had been utterly broken into its component parts in front of his eyes and the wood sent to be made into crates for O'Malley shipping. When pressed for his name, the man identified himself as one Jack Freehorn.
The rules of Jack Freehorn, July 28th, AD 1778.
Back to the past, huh?
So, what travel have you been wasting your father's money on now, Jack?
What does it look like?
It looks like a virginal.
A harpsichord, actually, in the Flemish style.
Quite old, quite expensive.
Well, I suppose you should be grateful for something distracting you from the occult for once.
I fear you may be speaking too soon, my friend.
Oh God, I should have known, you and your silly obsession. So what devilry inhabits this magnificent instrument? The instrument as a whole is for the most partly untainted by the ethereal realm. But its keys are what spark my interest. Unusually, they have been carved from a centuries-old English oak.
And that's the interesting part?
I will not be disheartened by the sharp tongue of yours. The wood has gone through many incarnations before being incorporated into this device. Items of furniture, building material. In fact, just over 200 years ago, it was part of a wall. A wall of a certain inn on a well-travelled road in Wales. Do you recall? I'm so pleased you remember.
I could hardly forget it, the way you have been obsessing quite heartily over it of late. Your correspondents persist in filling your head with rubbish about ghosts and demons.
I count myself very lucky to have tracked down even a small piece of that hostelry. I know I've already told you some of the wonderful stories attached to it. And this instrument has had its fair share of mysterious happenings.
The usual batch of strange noises, a sudden madness, and inexplicable deaths? See sense, my friend. This curiosity of yours for all things ungodly has no doubt already befouled your immortal soul.
You are a fine fellow, Wilbur, but you have not a drop of romance in your body. Now stop browbeating me for my inquiring mind and let us take dinner.
That night, Jack was stirred from his bed by the sound of music emanating from his new instrument. His first thought was anger, mostly because the harpsichord was an antique, never intended to be played. But then he listened to the haunting, melancholy tune and felt his stomach roll inexplicably with fear.
Who's down there? Wilbur, is that you? I doubt it's Wilbur.
Jack Freehorn was a man of modest means and desired little for comfort. The only pieces of furniture to speak of were a bed and a desk. Jack's desk was covered untidily in letters, notes, and papers he had been studying lately. A flintlock pistol given to Jack by his father lay gathering dust atop a pile of correspondence.
Better take that with us.
Jack took the gun with him to confront the intruder.
I doubt it's gonna be anything corporeal. It's more ethereal.
The sparsely furnished room below Jack's bedroom was dominated now by his new harpsichord. The same instrument was now being tormented at the spindly hands of an emaciated intruder. The tall man was playing a haunting melody on the harpsichord. Except for his hands, his body was completely still.
Maybe this will work. I should probably be more specific.
Jack could not take a step further because he realized with a lurch that he recognized the dark figure that sat at the keys.
Also, Jack knows the demon. Cool.
He had read of this strange entity that recurred frequently in stories surrounding the Unicorn Inn and the objects that were later constructed from its wood.
Awesome.
And he knew with absolute certainty that the tall man would destroy him, were he not destroyed first.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly, didn't it? Shoot, tall man?
You won't take me, demon!
I doubt that was the demon, that was your wife or something. Wilbur? No. Oh god, no! But I could have sworn!
You! I know you.
You have... Oh god. Please forgive me, your majesty, for my transgressions! I am a worthless, craven fool, not worth a second of your precious time! I beg you, spare me! I will redeem myself for my offense! I will be yours forever, my body, mind, and soul! Thank you, my lord. Thank you. Identified himself as one Jack Freehorn. This way may well have been the same Jack Freehorn who went on to form the bizarre religious cult. A depraved group of paganist worshippers who were spoken of with much derision by conventional society. With my latest flashback, my knowledge of the history of the cursed wood gained another step, and also Chauvin was gone. Before the crate, it had been a harpsichord, and sometime before the harpsichord, it had been part of some kind of hostelry in Wales. An inn called the Unicorn. Why did that ring a bell somewhere in my recent memory? Maybe because this place is where the Unicorn was. Coincidence, anybody? At least that's what comes to mind. I had definitely seen something in the Clambrewin Hotel that was linked to the place. But where? Chauvin? Yeah, she's gone. And we got another paper. Victim 3, Freehorn. The third man who desired judgment was Freehorn, who had bought from those who made luxuries with the wood that was the prince's soul. The prince came and struck down the lover of Freehorn, and Freehorn knew the name of the king. And Freehorn said, I know you now, O prince, who was the arrogant man, and I anticipate your wish, and I will devote myself to spreading the teachings you have brought me and the love of our king. And the prince was satisfied, and Freehorn called all those who would listen, and they formed an order of the blessed agonies that would work to redeem the follies of the men of technology. So all those torture victims' bodies and blood that we have seen around are because of Order of Blessed Agonies.
Pain is wisdom. Pain is what brings the prince and the king to us.
Something like that. This was a completely standard hotel room, equipped with bed, sofa, and television. But no Chauvin. I think I'm gonna leave it here. It's getting very, very interesting, I have to say. I wonder where Chauvin went. Maybe she saw us just being so entranced reading there, and also being entranced and gone to the past to see things what happened with Freehorn, that she decided just to flee. I'm sure that she went to J-Hole and told him, he's Trilby, he's crazy, he kicked my ass. Or rather, kicked my face in. Because he seemed to have lost his mind, and Trilby hasn't lost his mind. He's just trapped in the ethereal world. Thanks to the tall man, or arrogant man, or whatever we want to call this prince dude. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I hope you all have a good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning. And I will see you all next time. Take care, people. Bye.